It's one of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Brandon, here to say, hey, fun new episode. Just one for November. We got a little bit busy. Before I get into that, though, we are finally on YouTube. We got most of our episodes up, some fun shorts. Go follow us at Podzooky. Subscribe to us. It'd help a ton. Send us some likes and some comments. Anything you leave on there, we'll probably read on an episode in the future. Anyways, we have on returning champion and favorite guest, Georgia Gove, to talk about weapons this episode. It's like, hey, why not do a good movie? Because we've done a lot of bad movies lately. And we like good movies, too. I think. I'm not sure. As always, you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on our actual website. Tell a friend. Helps us a ton. Let's get to weapons.
Render unto Ghidra what is Ghidra's. 10 to 1 he sees you through a beaker and a tweezers. Read the fine print and be like, what's the big deal? Spun wheels of steel since broke wheel, big wheel. Back when it was greasy as curl, now it's easy dread. Had a rhyme on how they used to tease him about his peasy head. Yes, y'all, to the beat. Have a ball.
Whole string of events. And then also, there's a Thirst for Adventure tonight, which I also had to skip to do this, so...
I know. I need to go see Thirst for Adventure.
It's a good one.
It's such a fun show. And, I mean, they've only added more producers. I guess that doesn't speak to the quality of the
that
show.
sounds sarcastic.
There's just so many producers. So many people producing the show.
It's always fun. I've brought multiple people who have no, inclination of what D&D is. And it's presented in such a, fun, interesting way. It's gotten them interested in D&D.
I think it's pretty well done.
I really want to start, because I had a D&D group that was going for a little while, and now we've kind of petered off as D&D groups happen.
Yeah, we even had one for a little bit, too, back in the day.
I want to start one again that's regular.
Yeah, I think the hardest part now, especially with having kids and having all my other little hobbies of, getting back into Magic, and that's,
Yeah, I want to come to one of your Magic nights.
It's really fun. I think we're doing one Tuesday.
I just picturing you doing close-up magic.
I know, it's different. Which actually it might be cooler than playing Magic the Gathering in a basement with a bunch of nerds, but
one time in college.
Explain.
Yeah.
One time in college, I had a bicycle, and I had a neighbor. I talked about I had to get my bicycle from my parents' house, and I said bike. I didn't know you have a bike. Could you ride sometime? Oh yeah, cool. He was talking about an actual motorcycle, is what he had. So
you just luckily, a little tricycle.
Yeah, well, luckily we never actually met up to ride because it was a time when I was kind of new to cycling, so I didn't know that riding together was kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now someone else says something.
Yeah. I guess we could just.
I'm actually really glad that you guys chose weapons because I've been meaning to see it and I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so you hadn't seen it. Everybody else had already seen it once. Mm-hmm. So it was first watch for you, and then because it was a second rewatch for me, and it was nice to be able to kind of just focus on themes and stuff rather than the mystery of the plot, what was going on.
Yeah, but the first time for all the reveals, it's pretty fun. I feel like we should get into it. Welcome to... I always have, a funny thing I say. I can't think of it.
You never have a funny
thing.
Oh, damn.
Never once.
Welcome to America's most unfunny podcast. It's Podzooky. I'm one of your miserable co-hosts, one of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys.
The liar with pants constantly on fire.
Yeah. I should say... I'll talk about it. I'm going to put a zinger at the beginning, but like I was telling a few views, I got it on YouTube, and we're getting views, which is really nice. And then, if you've ever gone through other podcasts on YouTube or other platforms...
When the ones that know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's amazing how many are out there that are just damn. Even in the world of monster and horror movies, it's just two white guys talking about. We have, like I said, we have three white guys.
Yes.
Three white guys and now a white woman.
We did it. America, diversity achieved.
Yeah. Well, we've achieved feminism.
Yeah, is liberal feminism ruining the podcast environment?
No, let's ask the New York Times.
Let's talk about it.
We have never done a single misogynistic thing in this show.
Yeah, especially anytime we've had a woman and yap. We've cut it out. Only got good points in it. Sorry.
It's just a woman being like, yeah, and I agree. You're so strong.
Ooh. Yeah. Even joking about this giving me heebie-jeebies. We all saw that New Yorker article, right? The New York Times about has feminism ruined the workplace?
And I agree.
How could you fucking
And I agree with it. Here's the thing. I agree with it. Liberal feminism has ruined the workplace.
Yeah, liberal feminism.
Liberal feminism has ruined the workplace because now I have to job.
Yeah. I have to work.
Why do I have to job?
Yeah. I think the whole trad wife movement would make sense if it was a country that was healthy and people could afford to live and do their own things.
Oh, absolutely.
It doesn't, and now it's only for rich freaks that want to kill minorities.
Absolutely, yeah. They just want, Every single trad wife you've ever seen on the internet is
racist.
Yeah, they're racist. They also, all their husbands are like so wealthy.
Yeah,
it's like oh well, come with me while I bake bread for our and like make homemade Pop-Tarts for
Bryden's gonna be home soon.
Yeah, for our like 12 kids, and it's like you have time to make homemade Pop-Tarts for your 12 kids because your husband is literally owns Virgin Airlines or whatever, you know?
Getting Lockheed Martin.
That's what I don't understand. I barely use anything on the internet besides YouTube, and how many wealthy people there seem to be. And I know a lot of them it's fake, but with a lot of them it's not fake.
You can find them on YouTube too. There's a lot of trad wives on YouTube.
I think there was a whole Wired article about with specifically streamer culture and people on YouTube of presenting themselves as more rich than they are.
Are there any woke trad wives? Because there's got to be some people who like.
I think there's
that stuff.
I think they're just called women.
Yeah, just regular ladies.
I had 5 children. I'm not a freak. I'm just a woman.
I'm just a lady.
Yeah. I should be able to make a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I have a sourdough starter. I bake. I made cake pops literally the other night. You know, they didn't turn out well. They look ugly as fuck. They taste good.
We're gonna have a lot of diversion stuff, but I want to talk about the cake pop, which I feel like is
cake pops. I was just gonna bring up. They bother me because why bother with the stick? Just have it be a poppable cake.
I made it a ball. I said cake pop because it's a cultural touchstone. But really, it's a cake ball.
The stick,
a donut hole.
As someone who comes from the culinary world, the stick does add at least $1 of value.
Yeah.
It adds $1 value. The thing that I want to talk about the cake pop is I feel like it's always either direction.
Cake pop.
It's either. I mean, you remember Comedy Bang Bang?
Like an obscure podcast.
Yeah. I mean, has anyone gone back to Comedy Bang Bang recently? I feel like I should say this. Every year they do the best ofs, and they have Paul F. Tompkins do those. I do like listening to those, and I listen to them it sounds like they're still having fun, but they just don't have Cake Boss anymore and other things. I know they try to steer away from actual celebrities now. That's why too.
Ren, can we go back? We never finished that intro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're Brandon Kirkman with your pants on fire, and I'm Luke Evans Flip.
I'm Martin Felshman, your third Hollywood Kaiju sad boy. Everyone give it up for our special guest, Georgia Gove.
Hello.
Returning champion.
I really hope that this introduction makes it into halfway through the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I usually... I've joked about it a lot, but I feel like I usually do keep a lot of it after we start recording, before we have some juicy stuff. We started off the ground running.
We've been going for over a decade now. We should probably just have a theme song. I guess we have the MF Doom.
Yeah,
is that what we use? That we probably aren't allowed to use.
Technically, it's his side project, King Ghidorah, where he does a lot of samples of kaiju movies for the soundtrack, which makes
Is that
sense.
why we're able to use it? Because they probably shouldn't be able to use it.
The funny thing about this I found out is when I put up it on YouTube, YouTube hits you instantly. They don't even wait. It says... You're doing
smacking right across the jaw.
Basically, you can have music of any choice, but you can't do any monetization on those episodes or do ads or anything And I'm like, okay, great, it's Podzooky. I'm not making fucking money off this.
We will never make money off of Podzooky.
That's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
T-shirt. Okay, that is
we guarantee it.
Okay, I'm putting the jingle in.
But the T-shirt
I need
is
to make a
free.
T-shirt. Yeah. I will
Because they'll
pay
never
you.
make money. Yeah, I'll pay you to take this T-shirt off.
We had a shirt that came out for money, and we made no money off of it.
And I think I never ordered one. I should have.
I don't think I ordered one either.
Mine, it's now just like a blue shirt because all the graphics just came off of it.
Yeah, we'll get a better company for the next one, maybe. Yeah, I'll try. No, I think that with how much of a horror this world is, and then how everything's monetized, I really don't want it to make money. I think I can enjoy it more that way.
Yeah.
The idea of making it my main income or having to cultivate something, I fucking want to put a gun in my mouth and pull the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I haven't been doing a whole lot of comedy lately, and it's partially because of the you have to do content.
Oh yeah.
To be successful at all, you have to be a content creator.
I hate everybody's fucking take.
No.
Everybody's kind of saying, I'm
have
so sick of it.
I don't want to have a take. I don't want to have a public take about everything.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I think that's because me and Martin work together with Hobart and a few others, and that's half of our work conversations when we're walking around is just the idea that we've decided to label artists as content creators. We've already lost.
I've also noticed YouTubers doing stand-up shows do stand-ups not like that? Because they were just
No,
like...
I hate
No,
it.
it's terrible.
Because,
It
It's
sours
awful.
the experience of going to a stand-up show because you're going to see someone who has no actual material.
Because, they don't, do open mics and they
No.
don't work on their
They're
material.
there to do the 4 bits that they do from their videos.
And then it's the grand
and then maybe
illusion
talk to
of
people.
crowd work, because there's so
Yeah.
much crowd work clips that they think it's just you can go up there and riff, and that's
Yeah.
not true.
At least when Henry Rollins was doing comedy, he was calling it spoken word because he didn't want to call himself a comedian.
And also, I like Henry Rollins
yeah,
as a person.
Yeah, it's
As a
like
hero himself.
literally everyone now is like, now I do a comedy special, and it's like, okay, you might be funny, but you're not a comedian.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, I don't know. It's just, it is very annoying. You know what I find so funny though is like people who like find a weird niche and then they have to be that weird niche for the rest of their days.
Oh,
Like, do you guys know the therapy gecko?
Yeah.
therapy echo.
I've
Geico.
seen him.
Yeah.
I've seen him occasionally.
Yeah, it's a guy who dresses up as a gecko. He paints his face green. He dresses up as a gecko.
That is hard to get.
And he takes calls and does like therapy for people.
It's almost like cyclical because that's kind of what club comedians were like in the 70s.
Oh, the
when like
gimmicks,
Rudy
yeah.
Ray Moore was doing stuff. You
he's
had
like-
to have a weird
he's
gimmick.
like Gallagher. He's like he's the busting
Who's that comedian?
watermelons open with a sledgehammer. Of,
Carrot Top.
Who's that
modern
comedian who
comedians.
popped up like earlier this year and everybody was saying he was AI and like a basilisk planted in the...
That
Oh.
doesn't narrow.
I
it
wouldn't know
down.
who this is now, though.
Well, let's get past it. If I don't know the name, I don't want to
throw out,
talk
like, a
about
comedian I
it.
hate that I hope isn't real. It's Theo Von. Probably.
But it was this dude who like
I'm gonna say Rob Schneider.
who like has this whole like jazz thing where he'd have like a band playing and say like pop sizzle. I don't know the audience.
Wait, this sounds great now. Actually.
Yeah, kind of a vibe.
But yeah, if I don't remember the name, we'll come back to it.
Okay, well, yeah, well, we have time to think about it. I feel like we're gonna spend some time talking about this movie because, wow, it's. I want to say this before we get into talking 2025's Weapons by Zach Cregger. I didn't realize that he both wrote and directed. The only person too, which I think is even more impressive, of Whitest Kids You Know fame. I want to start off saying this. I have not seen Barbarian still.
Oh,
I've not
nothing
seen
like that.
Barbarians either.
Oh,
I also haven't, but everybody
Martin,
loves
what's it like? Tell us.
it's good.
That's good. to know.
I won't say anything else because you should see it.
I mean, I heard it's very similar to Weapons, where people like, I don't want to tell you any details. You just need to see the movie.
Yeah, no, it's worth it.
Yeah, man, I really want to watch Barbarian. Me and Barbara do too because we watched it about a week and a half ago, like literally right before Halloween because we want to do like a few spooky movies, and afterwards we're like, wow, what a movie! Cinema, absolute cinema.
Once you're sure the kids are asleep.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would. I mean, we're at the point now where our oldest is getting afraid of everything, and her big fear is Santa Claus.
Oh, what?
Well, get ready
What
to hear
have
this.
you done to her?
Okay.
There's a very famous picture in my family anyway of me as a baby crying my eyes out in Santa Claus's lap.
We have no clue where it came from, but then when she dropped the hot facts of why she's afraid, like, we can't argue with that. She's like, he's anywhere and he's always watching. I'm like, that. Wow.
And he
you're
breaks
right.
into your house while
Yeah.
you're
like,
asleep at
you're
night.
like
So,
Big Brother,
She's
man.
gonna hate learning about these surveillance state.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
going to. But no, she will often ask, like, is Santa Claus in the house and stuff like that. I'm like, that is kind of scary. Like,
Do you have an elf on the shelf? Did you ever
No.
have it? Yeah.
Yeah, never do that.
Those
Never
are
do
fucked
that
up,
for
too.
her. Although maybe do it for her. Just
So there's a new fear.
elf on the
Yeah.
shelf. Yeah, just transfer
And
it
it's
to the
it's a
elf.
physical thing, so if she's afraid of it, I can grab it and I can punch it to death
Yeah,
in
that's
front
the
of her.
burn it in a fireplace.
Do it and just leave it decapitated one day.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
You're like, Dad took care of it.
Roy J was the name of the comedian. He was a British comedian, but there's some things where like, oh, he doesn't exist, but he does actually exist. He's just a weird club comedian.
I mean, he's a British person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
British people do seem like AI most of the time.
Yeah.
They're shitty. They're unethical. I hate them. They're taking my job.
They're taking my job.
They're taking my job.
Yeah, I mean, we famously hate the British on this podcast.
Yes, we are an American podcast.
That's the
even
new-
though
We
I don't
hate
like
the
this
British.
country, love the people.
Oh, fuck, I wrote down the rules of Podzooky and I cannot go through them.
We
now.
hate the British.
No.
You can't be racist against Italians. And
Something about
Oh,
Mama,
dang.
Mamma
I have
Mia.
to leave. I can't be racist against Italians.
Well, no. It's impossible to be racist against
Yeah.
Italians because they're not people.
Okay, great. All right.
Well,
Now,
once again-
I'm back in.
And
we
once again,
never
this-
agreed on that last part of it.
That was
Just the
all-
first part.
That's implied.
And that's all said Maori, once again, on the episode that he was on. So, all
Sammy's never been wrong.
yeah. No, it's funny, and then I forgot we made a set of rules that also I think I'd be mortified to read out again with Pat and great guest Scott.
Keep
Meyer.
It Wet is one of them.
Keep It Wet was one of them.
I forgot about Keep It Wet.
Benjamin Franklin be fucking was one of the rules.
Benjamin Franklin did be fucking.
Yeah.
If there's anything you take from history, it is that.
I mean, listen, that episode, he brought a bottle of tequila that he split just between me and him because two of our hosts are sober, which I respect. And then he just kept pouring my glass, and I kept drinking, and he just kept pouring it. And then eventually it's like, we're going to make rules. Everybody should go back and listen to the
Yeah, I
episode.
do. I love that you get drunk and you're like, we should have rules.
Yeah.
When I get drunk,
I like
I'm like, there are
society.
no rules. Society doesn't exist.
Well, I feel this made me. I think our most fucked up episode, like drugs and alcohol wise, was Adam Gilbert. Probably the first time we ever had him on. We all got really high immediately.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot we had him back for 2 episodes, and then the last time we had him back, both of you. I mean, Martin's been sober, but you're sober too. So I think it was just me and Adam drinking last time.
Yeah. It was also right before he moved to New York, I think.
Mm-hmm. He said when he's back in town, he wants to do an episode again.
Yeah, I'd love to have him.
I love Adam.
We could use the bump.
Talking about shitty comedians like getting specials, this is a great comedian that's getting a special soon. He's so fucking funny. He's so naturally funny. That Kung Fu Hustle episode we did with him was great. Love that movie.
I forgot we did Kung Fu Hustle.
We do good movies.
Such a fun,
So, wait, get ready for this. This is what we call a segue. Speaking of good movies. Let's talk about Weapons 2025, Trick by
Hell yeah.
Zach Cregger, written by Zach Cregger. I brought out the cast list because I feel like there's a lot of actors I'm familiar with and not.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
this was a regular Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Georgie, this is your first watch, so what did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was a great movie front to back. I thought the concept was really interesting.
Did you know anything going into it?
I didn't know much, but I knew like kind of some plot points, but not anything that would have spoiled it for me. So I didn't have any spoilers going in. And I thought it was a great movie. I thought the cinematography was great. I thought the storytelling was really interesting. I thought following the different people throughout the whole movie was like...
I thought that
the
was...
chapters was really great.
Again, it was it was fun getting to watch it a second time and seeing that it is almost as good. I think pretty much just as good, almost as equal, give or take. But yeah, I think if this had been made like a typical like Hollywood movie, the entire movie would have followed Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Would have followed him. He would have been the main character and would have been anywhere near.
or the teacher.
Yeah, or Julia Gardner.
Justine.
I think I'm pulling up all the names because
or Elaine. Elaine is her name.
Yeah, she's been in
Justine.
a lot of
Was Justine.
movies
Was it
lately.
Justine?
She was also in the Fantastic Four movie that came out this year.
Surfer.
Yeah.
And then we got Thanos himself.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of Marvel crossover.
I wasn't just making it. I mean, I was making a joke, but I was
kind of hard to avoid nowadays.
Yeah.
I wonder what Marvel did for that Kevin Bacon game.
This is not even a joke. No matter what the male role of the person looking for a son was going to be a Marvel lead because it's originally going to be Pedro Pascal, but then Josh Brolin took it. So. I think
honestly, I think Pedro Pascal, as much as I love Pedro, I don't think he would have been as good in the role.
No, Josh Brolin I think was perfect.
Yeah, Josh Brolin was perfect.
An asshole suburban dad, like you could not think of somebody more perfect for him.
Pedro Pascal is just right on the verge for me of being the who's the guy from Parks and Rec, who's in everything?
Oh, John Krasinski.
No, I mean that's
I was thinking of The Office.
That's The Office.
Sorry, Chris Pratt.
White guy.
Yeah,
Chris Pratt.
who's just in.
Just thinking about
when he was
Marvel
just in a few
characters.
things, he's fine. But now that he's in everything, like go away,
Yeah.
You
dude.
don't
I
want to
think-
see the Super Mario Brother Galaxy movie?
I'll probably
I
see
kinda
it, but I
do.
don't care to.
No, I here's the thing. I, as a woman attracted to men, at least 50-50, I do really enjoy Pedro Pascal. I think he's
I thought you were going to say that about...
great.
Yeah. I was going to say about Parks and Rec Man, but Pedro Pascal, I think, is very
No,
attractive.
Chris Pratt is too conservative for me.
Yeah.
That ruins it for me. The fact that Pedro Pascal is out here being like, wearing shirts that say "Save the Dolls" and whatnot. I'm like,
also that
makes him
sister's
hotter.
trans that he's proud of.
It
Also
only
that-
makes it hotter for me.
Also, that new movie that Chris Pratt's in looks really terrible. I think he's hit the
Also,
low point of his
Also,
career.
he has ruined.
He's in a chair.
Here's a real hard and fast opinion that I hold, and I don't know if it's Chris Pratt's fault, but I fully blame him. He has ruined Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
He has ruined Jurassic Park. He's made it more conservative.
Yeah, speaking of trad wives.
He's made it more... That first Jurassic World movie is the bane of my existence. It's up there with the Hobbit, with the Hobbit movies.
I don't want it. It's bad. I hate it.
I really...
If you do it for Podzooky, can you just let me yell for an hour? Because I hate that movie.
We gotta get you back
so
at least
much.
in the next few months to talk about it, because I also fucking hate that film.
I hate that movie.
Because you're thinking about the same thing about, like, the main character, the female lead.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to be a mother. It's like, what the fuck?
At the end of the movie, the whole time, okay, so there is fully a scene in that movie. We do need to talk about weapons. There's fully a scene in that movie where she's, like, talking to her sister on the phone about, like, you know, she's a CEO, she's got her own career. She's like, I don't know if I want kids. And her sister, who's, like, having a hard time with her kids, just being, she's, like, bitching about her 2 children. Yeah. One of them has autism, but she's bitching about her children, and she's like, and then her sister's like, yeah, I don't know if I want kids. And she's like, no, you should have kids. It's great. It'll change your life. And I was like, what kind of conservative motherfuckery is this?
It's
in a dinosaur movie?
It's a problem that so many modern movies have, where, like, the movie, what the movie's about, and the theming in the movie are so separate from each other, but
absolutely.
they're still slammed together.
Yeah. Jurassic Park is about not creating life, okay?
Yeah.
That's
what it should be about.
Jurassic Park's about the mistake.
But then it's about allowing that life to live.
Yeah.
And it's about Jeff Goldblum being so sexually attractive.
Yes.
You have to think about that scene when he's lying down.
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
Every day I think about this scene. But no, Jurassic Park is about not being like, you can, but should you?
No.
And that is more about being a woman than anything, you know? Like, I could create life right now.
Yeah, I'm glad that we mentioned this, because I think about how fucked up Jurassic World for that ending is of just everything. And I feel like Chris Pratt was like, you know what, we gotta get one in for the troops. Mm-hmm. Like, just some bullshit he was saying on set.
It's also too bright.
Yeah, it's too bright.
All of those movies are too bright. Horror thrives in darkness, and I think that's what Weapons does
back to Weapons.
Yeah.
Weapons. That the thing about horror movies that I think a good director of a horror movie does well is that like the thing that's the scariest thing is the thing you don't see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's when the spider disappears, you know? Yeah. Like when you're in your house and you're like, I feel like somebody is watching me, but I don't see them watching me. Whereas if you see them, you know, it's still scary, but it's like it's like the whatever you do in your mind to create the fear is scarier than anything you can see.
Yeah, it does that, and I also feel that I noticed more in the second rewatch. The ultimate villain is internal. It's yourself. Yeah. I think that's what you're afraid of. I noticed that with each character, it's about character flaw. Like each person has a character flaw that you follow.
Zach Cregger was mentioned too in a few interviews that I want to make about like the pratfalls of alcoholism and how hard it is to deal with, especially like people that keep it in secret, like once again Justine or Julie Gardner's character. But I think another thing, like you're saying with the horror, is that you don't see Gladys Foley for a while, but the few times they flash her, it's just so like unsettling.
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, let's say the plot real quick. The plot is one night, an entire third grade class.
It's 17 of 18.
Yeah,
17 out of 18 kids in a third grade class ran out of their house at 2:17 a.m. and just ran, and Naruto and or Sonic ran into the wilderness, which... Is it going to be weapons running now when people do that?
Oh, absolutely. I've seen that online already, people saying weapons running. We talked about that when Faye's been running towards us really fast, too.
Which is a shame. As a weeb in the early 2000s, I feel like they've stolen my culture.
Yeah, that's true. That's what happens.
No.
You gotta watch out for these whitest kids you know and don't know.
They disappear, and... It's the mystery around that, what happened.
And the fun thing is they follow, like you said, they do different, where it's just a cut of a character's name and starts off with Justine going through who's the teacher.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of that movie Elephant. Have you ever seen that? It kind of
Ooh,
does a similar thing where
Write
it
that
follows
down.
around different characters. It's about Columbine,
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah,
it's
I've seen
not
that.
a super cheerful movie.
Well, and that was one of my questions when watching it early on. I was like, "Oh, is this about school shootings? Is this an allegory for school shootings?"
yeah.
And then I quickly abandoned
I
that.
do feel like it's kept vague enough where like
Yeah.
you can take a lot from this.
But I
movie.
don't think I feel like because there's always an allegory with horror movies to society.
Well, there's
but-
the scene with the rifle
Yeah.
during his dream.
Yeah.
That's the one scene where I really can't think of what it means other than school shootings.
shootings, yeah.
The stress of a child being lost.
Yeah.
And I think goes hand in hand with that.
The
but-
stress of a child being lost, uncaring, uncoordinated police department, people in general who just don't seem to care. Like,
Yeah.
you can take a lot from this movie in a lot of different ways. Like Brandon said, like,
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it. I feel like they should have also just titled this movie "Jesus Christ, Paul." Just like, there's a police officer that's kind of a slight love interest to
Yeah.
Justine.
Yeah, they follow Justine, Archer, who's the dad of one of the kids that disappears,
Yeah.
Paul, who's a police officer at the department that's investigating the case, James, who's a
one of the best junkies I've ever seen
yeah,
on film.
an incredible junkie.
Acting top notch. I felt like I was getting the shakes watching.
Yeah, he deserves an Oscar for that role, and Marcus and Alex. So Marcus is the
Teacher,
Principal.
or the
principal of the school, and Alex is
the
the
child.
kid.
little kid.
Is the kid.
Yeah.
The one kid that's left over in the classroom after everyone disappears.
who doesn't have a lot of lines, but he was great. I mean,
Really
I
He
guess.
was also
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
kid actor.
It was Kerry Christopher. It's his first role, and then also Marcus, the principal, is played by Benedict Wong, who always lip syncing in the
Yeah.
role.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
great.
More
Yeah.
Marvel characters.
Well, you'd started mentioning, I think, about an interview with Zach Cregger.
Zach
Yeah.
Cregger. Yeah.
About what the movie was about, and it's partially about him growing up with alcoholic parents.
Yeah.
And you really get that with the kid, like him having to take care of his parents after they've
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, no, I really related to that because I grew up with an alcoholic parent, and yeah, it is like it is hard, and it's isolating.
Yeah, I also had a parent who suffered from addiction, and it's very much. I noticed that each character punches down to whoever they can from. Like they have some, and the kid's the only one who doesn't have anyone.
Yeah, and
that he
everybody's
can punch down too.
basically punching
Yeah.
down on him. Like the
You especially see it with Paul
Yeah.
because he's the cop, but everybody does it.
man,
Yeah, Paul
just
sucks.
a master class of like shitty inept police officer, all in
Yeah.
one character with Paul. And like you kind of get the impression that he might be decent towards Justine, and then right away that's broken when it's like his
no.
fiance who's supposed to be getting pregnant shows up.
I mean, also having unprotected sex with someone after getting stuck by like 3 needles.
Yeah.
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 There's so
Well, it
many
was only
funny parts.
one at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So many funny
happens
parts
later.
with him. I think, well, I'll get to what I thought the funniest part of the movies later, but yeah, Alex is, I think, the most interesting character because he's both, like, everybody's punching
Yeah.
on him. I think as a parent it was really hard, but in a very good way watching all the scenes because, like, it's just, like, living this tormented existence, like, all these kids still bullying him while he's, like, having to deal with this, basically, your worst nightmare is a kid coming true and then coming home to deal with that, and then having to deal with them and care for those kids that have been fucking tormenting for so long, as we'll get to later in the plot. But, like, yeah, it was that kid was a really good actor.
Oh, he was
Great
fantastic.
actor.
Also funny seeing Whitmore Thomas in that role, who's a pretty good comedian, too, as
Yeah.
the dad.
Oh, the story, it's maybe a little bit hard to tell the plot without getting into spoilers because it's told where, like, you get some of the story, then they retell that part of the story with the next character, then you get a little bit more.
Yeah, and I really
then-
did like that because it's like getting different perspectives on the same events.
Yeah,
I think
but
is
you're-
so interesting.
Yeah, but you're not getting, like, the entire events
Yeah.
from, like, doing, like, a Rashomon sort of thing.
No, I
Yeah.
love getting a little Rashomon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that was really, like, what do you, I'm curious, since this was your first time watching it, what you think happened, like, in the plot, like,
Yeah,
what's
I
going
feel like
on.
we should do a spoiler. Maybe I'll just, like, this is the point, like, okay, skip ahead a little
From
bit.
here on,
Yeah.
spoilers,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
because this is like one of the few movies where I'd be like, if you haven't seen it, wait and maybe get to the later discussion of this
Yeah.
Yeah,
episode.
we usually talk about stuff that's either like fun to watch, knowing what's going on, or just
Or
garbage.
shitty.
Yeah, this is a good movie that it benefits you to
yourself.
not know
yeah,
enough.
Yeah.
going
it
in.
benefits you to not know.
Yeah, I'll put that at point. Hey, for the listeners at home who want to avoid spoilers and you just want to hear us be silly after talking about weapons, you can go all the way to 1 hour and 11 minutes, and you'll be safe. Also, you should go watch Weapons. All right, bye.
Also, we could probably describe it perfectly, and you still won't really understand what we're talking about.
No, it's a very visual movie.
Yeah.
I would say I would be curious to know how short the script is, because I really feel like there wasn't that much dialogue. Like, there was obviously dialogue, but I feel like it's got to be akin to like a David Lynch movie where...
Yeah, there are really long periods where nobody's saying anything.
There's really long periods where there's no dialogue, or the dialogue is like kind of intermittent. So, and like David Lynch's, when he went to do his basically thesis movie, which was, oh my god.
Blue Velvet?
No, it wasn't Blue Velvet.
Eraserhead?
Okay, it was Eraserhead.
That makes more sense.
He submitted the script to his professor, and it's there's not that much. There's there's very few words in Eraserhead, and so he submitted the script, and the professor was like,
it's just one page. As weird shit happens.
Yeah, it's
for over an hour.
Crazy shit happens for a while.
All the lyrics to In Heaven, and
yeah.
But I love that song.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great movie, but yeah, he submitted it, and the professor was like, "Is this a 20-minute movie? Like, this is supposed to be at least an hour and a half." And he's like, "No, it'll be an hour and a half, bro. Promise."
I just want to be that young David Lynch, Professor, you gotta believe me. I love his voice so much. R.I.P. to True Champ.
Yeah. But no, I feel like it's got to be akin to it's got to be akin to a David Lynch script, where I feel like there's really not that much dialogue.
Yeah. Zach Cregger's a big David Lynch fan, and then I think for this film, it definitely shows, especially with a lot of dreamlike landscapes. But
and the Gladys reminded me a lot of
all the silent
David
scenes
Lynch
with Gladys and how intense she was.
Yeah, her in the woods.
You've got me really curious to read his screenplays now, because I'm wondering, because I've read some screenplays since he's written sketches and stuff. I wonder if he just puts jokes and stuff as he's some people will do a stream of conscious sort of thing, or this isn't going to go in the movie, but while you're reading the script, maybe it'll make you laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he does a lot of that sort of stuff. But yeah, I feel like his scripts are kind of short generally, because he's a very visual artist, which is how I felt about Weapons. It's very visual. So you should watch it, is what I'm saying.
So yeah, I feel like the plot of what we should get into is, you start off with Justine, and it's a good way because they're showing all of the hell she's going through.
Well, they start with the kid telling the story
at
the beginning.
The narrator.
The kid that you never know what their name is.
Which I think is so perfect, because it feels like you're hearing a urban legend.
It makes it kind of like a fable.
Very urban legendy. And I I was how it honestly
a suburban legend.
Yeah. So scary. Suburban legend.
Whoa!
So scary for a kid to be telling a story. Yeah. You know what I mean? In general, just whenever a kid is telling a story, it's I don't know, kind of afraid.
Once again, Faye explaining Santa Claus, this is.
It's either really annoying or it's about Slender Man.
Yeah.
Slender Man's not the hottest.
So it starts with describing how these 17 kids from this one class go missing, and there's one kid left, and then it goes into the teacher's side of the story.
And I think it's really good because they show you how she's really suffering, and she's drinking a lot, of course, both in private and dealing with it, but also how much all the parents are being huge assholes. One of the parents being Brolin's character, who becomes one of the characters later. Mm-hmm. And just basically accusing her of doing something with the kids, and she's I want answers.
They're all reacting poorly to something they can't control.
Yes.
And then basically they show her kind of really slipping backwards, so she sees Paul, who's a former love interest, and ask him out, and
they also set up that he was a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, they have drinks, they have sex.
Yeah,
and then,
Paul is the police officer. Also.
Yeah, he sucks. So he's one of those beautifully written characters where he was made definitely to hate as you learn more about him, and then as the bad things continue in the movie, you're just you fucking piece of shit, Paul.
And they do have the one cop that you do like, his father-in-law, but that's just because he's played by Artie, the strongest man in the world himself.
Yeah, great voice actor too. I loved seeing him in the Weird Al movie, which we also talked about.
He shows up in a lot of stuff on film these days, which I really like.
Yeah, and he was kind of more of the likable cop character. He's the chief of police is his father-in-law, and he's probably.
And he's not a jerk to him.
Not a jerk.
Well, they have one great scene, because I think as we're trying to describe the story, is that Archer sits down with them trying to get more information. They're trying to show that he's been there almost every day, And then it's just like Toby Huss's character does a really great thing. If he's not trying to be a jerk, he's like, what would you do in my role? Like, what do you think I haven't done at this point?
Yeah, because Archer, who's Josh Brolin's character, is like, the teacher has to know something.
Yeah.
And he brings up all this stuff from her past. She had a DUI. She, like, got let go from her past school for inappropriate behavior. And it's set up in Justine's section of the movie where it's following her story, that she just, like, cares a lot. And so she oversteps. And she just is, like, a very, like, she feels a lot for these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
and she's resentful when she's not allowed.
Yeah, and she's resentful when she's not allowed to do that. So she's also, like, very problematic. Everything Justine does in this movie, I'm like... Every single step that Justine takes, I'm like... Just move to a different town.
Yeah.
Every single time. Single time she does something, I'm like, I would have picked up and moved.
Yeah, once you get to your car and you have witch painted on the sign of it,
I would have left.
You gotta get out.
I gotta get out of here.
This does come to the one kind of plot hole I think I have with the movie. They said, the cop said, well, we've done everything we can, but then when Josh Brolin starts looking into it, he does the one thing that seems kind of obvious to me, triangulating the direction that all the kids run, and they all intersect with the one kid who didn't disappear.
But is that not a reflection of the modern police state, though, too?
Yeah, I will say that makes
It's
sense
a small
to me
point.
because...
I just wanted to bring it up.
No, it seems like they would do that, especially once they have the
police
footage.
don't triangulate.
Yeah.
They don't know math.
Listen, they're looking for property safety, not children's safety.
Yeah, they don't know. But cops don't know one math.
Yeah.
They don't know one. They don't know two math. You know.
We confiscated all the Ring
math.
camera footage.
Yeah.
We arrested a family of color.
Yeah.
What else
We're out of
are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
But they still do a good job of like showing what they're doing, and then also like Archer looking to it. Archer's scenes are pretty great too because they show like how despondent he's become and like just really.
I do love he's sleeping in his son's bed and his wife's clearly had it with his shit.
Yeah, which honestly. This is a thing that like happens when because I feel like Justine and Alex I kind of feel like are mirrored in the way that she's the alcoholic and like Alex is like dealing with what feels kind of similar to parents who are dealing with addiction. They're kind of parallel in that way, whereas Archer, I feel like, is the character that's really dealing with loss and grief. Mm-hmm. Like, he's the character that we see that's dealing with the grief of losing his kid. Mm-hmm. Which is why I was like, is this about school shootings? Because it was during Archer's dream sequence that...
you see the giant gun.
You see the giant gun, which I was like, if this is about...
When I saw it the first time, that was my first thought, too.
Yeah.
It's got to be school shootings.
Yeah,
they
almost lost me with that because I was like... If this is about school shootings, then putting a giant gun over the house is like, man, suck my dick, you know? Like, fuck
I think,
you. But
Mar made a good point, too, because we were talking about a little bit about how Zach Cregger believes in no subtext at all. And I truly believe that, because I also think he was like, I'm going to put a giant gun here because it's going to be funny and people are going to talk about it. Yeah. Which is a good chance, too. Which also is a very Lynchian thing to do, I think.
That's a really good point. Yeah. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. Because he was like, people are going to... And I think it is a thing where it's like, it's kind of a red herring, because it's like people are going to think this is about school shootings early on, because it's about... And then obviously the movie takes like a sharp left turn into not being that at all.
The movie does such a good job of hiding its main reveal.
Yeah. It really does. And,
we got to talk about.
Yeah, well, let's get into Gladys. The best villain in a movie.
Oh, but I do want to talk about Archer real quick. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I do feel like he's a good allegory for the grief of losing a kid, because even with like his wife clearly being like sick of him sleeping in the room, it's like that happens when people like lose.
You usually see it where it's the mother rather than the...
Yeah, but it could be either one. And it's like clearly Matthew, who's his kid, was his like pride and joy. Like that's his son. So like he,
The fun twist also of him being like the worst bully towards Alex.
Yeah, exactly.
He was such a little shit.
Yeah, he was a little shithead, but... even little shitheads don't deserve to be drained for their youth.
Yeah, okay, let's talk. So, specifically, this is where the turn is, we get more and more reveals of, they finally get to what happened with the kid and what's going on, they go through all of the different sections. It's kind of, we have to tell it in this order because it's kind of out of order how they actually do the sections. But basically, they show that one night his parents say, "Oh, your Aunt Gladys is arriving," and this is like when you know the shit's hitting the fan really hard.
You've seen the creepy stuff happen. The parents not moving.
Just like the creepy stuff going on. You're not quite sure what's going on with the house, but you see the newspaper boarded up on it too. But
they do establish it earlier. Like, they show him having a normal life before Aunt Gladys comes.
Yeah.
They're saying Aunt Gladys is coming. Then his parents don't pick him up from school. He has to go there. They're not fucking moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she's played by Amy Madigan.
Great.
Oh, I was telling over the text that I was having with Georgia, like, I'm not saying this is a joke. She needs to be up for like an Oscar for a supporting actor role, and because her
costume design's great too. She looks like she was shot with Homer Simpson's makeup.
Another thing I want to bring up. A good friend of mine was talking about it. Shout out to Angela Quinton, but like. She mentioned how everything that they did for her character is like a predator in a human world. Like if you just put it like in a human skin, of like everything it does is out of necessity, but just really poorly done, just to barely pass to get what they need to get done.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh, that's such like a really fun way to look at it.
Which is like my when I was watching it, I was like, why wouldn't she do the same thing to Alex that she did to the parents? But then I was like, I guess it is harder to. When like a kid disappears from school, there's a whole it would be a bigger investigation, whereas like when adults disappear, it's like easier to
she could also just
explain.
need somebody who can't say no to do
exactly.
stuff, because she has him feed them to keep them alive so she can
she
drain
needs
their
a
power.
lackey.
And the whole lead up, and basically what they're showing is that she's kind of like, they never established what she is, but basically it's like this
A witch is what
witch.
I'm calling.
Yeah.
That's what a witch who uses.
Well, and they do say
there's some
witch
there's some
earlier in
imagery
the
of
movie.
parasites as well.
Yeah.
They use a time they're doing like the those ant fungi
and
parasites,
they're talking
is the
about
documentary
parasites in the class.
Yeah, so it's definitely implied it works kind of like that, but I still think it's like a witchcraft.
Yeah, but she's basically draining from people, and she puts them under this weird spell where they become catatonic. And I think they do.
You get the idea she's been alive for a long time.
Yeah, there's a really great scene when she's talking to Marcus, the principal, and she says, "Oh, they had a problem
Touch
with
of the consumption."
And it's like, what? Isn't that like settler talk? Like, and that's a really good throwaway for that. But I think another fun thing is they reveal as it's going on that she's having issues where she thought it's like, okay, just make the parents catatonic, I'd be fine. But she's like, I need more energy. So that's when she is like, okay, Alex, I'm gonna have to like get your whole class to come and do this. The way they show that she works, or the magic that she's doing, is these weird branches off this very strange looking tree that she basically either wraps like a piece of their belongings or their hair to and then breaks it. But the imagery for it is just so cool.
If she has your belongings, if she has your belongings on there,
and she has to cut herself.
She has to cut herself and like rub her blood on the branch.
I love little magic ritual sort of stuff like that.
Too.
Yeah, she has a little
like,
bell too with like these ancient carvings on it that she uses every once in a while.
And that's to like I think bring you under her control. So like she has to have to bring you under her control. She has to have a article like something that you own. But to make somebody
you can understand the rules without somebody sitting there and giving you an exposition dump of how they work.
Like she makes people, she turns them into weapons, which I think is why it's called weapons.
Yeah.
And in order to turn that person that she has under her control into a weapon, she has to have a piece of your hair.
She can do a few things with them if she has a personal belonging.
Yeah, but in order to make them attack a specific person, it seems to have to be your hair.
I think it's like a problem with current movies, and then even more so with horror movies. So seeing this was beautiful. Of like they don't over-explain it. It felt so good.
I agree.
It felt so good to not be like, "Hey, dummies, this is how it works."
What was the main kid's name again? Alex.
Alex. Yeah.
I'm such a big fan of like those introductory scenes of showing Alex, because they build up like he's a problem solver. When he has to feed his parents the chicken noodle soup, when you see him go back to the store, he's getting the cans with the pop-off lids.
Yeah.
Well,
when he's looking in the kids' room for like he needs an item for each one of them, he's like looking over each kid.
Well, that's also I thought I was talking about. Everybody punches down. He's punches down to his fellow classmates. I especially love the scene when Gladys is asking, like, I need you to take a belonging from each kid at school, like, and then you'll leave, and then you'll go home, like, and then I'll go home, like, fine, I don't give a shit what happens to the kids at school.
And I don't necessarily think it's, in Alex's defense, I don't think it's necessarily that he doesn't care what happens.
Oh yeah, it's not his fault.
Obviously, it's not his fault, but like, it's like what will you do to protect the people you love?
Exactly.
You know, and especially when your frontal lobe isn't developed.
In a situation where you have no control.
You have no control.
And, like, I feel like, once again, like me and Barb watching it, you know, being a parent, like, it's super heartbreaking, like, watching what's happening with Alex. So I think it's, like, also a breaking point. You realize, of like, okay, well, if I do what the witch wants and I get rid of all these kids that have been torturing for months, maybe it could turn around. Or it's just, like, I have no option. So either way. Like, the first, and once again, why I feel like Amy Madigan should get an Oscar is she comes into the house and he knows something's up, and then eventually the parents are under the spell. And it's building up to her talking to him about what's going on. But finally, she has a scene where it's a night, and she's like, "Hey, come here, sit down." And that whole scene and how it's done is just, like, so impactful and, like, frightening of how intense she is as a character.
Yeah.
Because she, at one point, the parents are sitting next to him, and she's like, "If you don't listen to me, this is what they're going to do." And she has them both pick up forks and start stabbing their faces.
Yeah, that's you'd seen her a few times, and that's in her makeup when she's out in public, and you can immediately tell something's off about her, but everybody's polite, and this is the first time you see she only cares about her own survival, and nothing else matters other than her getting what she wants, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, her character design is great. Like, her outfits are so interesting.
I love that tracksuit.
Yeah, that tracksuit's incredible. She's such an interesting character.
Yeah. She looks like your aunt that you hate being when she comes over to visit.
Yeah, your uncomfortable great aunt.
Another thing that's with the film is I think it is almost like a childhood logic of, like, the thing you're most afraid of, like, if it actually happened, like, oh, my aunt's a witch that's going to eat me. It's like, this is where it is.
If you're a character in a Roald Dahl book, she's the aunt you get shipped to live with after your parents are eaten by an ostrich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so anti-Semitic. I know I got to bring that up every time, but
I love there's
the style of the time.
PFT had a show at the UCB Theater, I think, where he would have comedians on playing their favorite authors. And Ben Schwartz came on as Roald Dahl, and finding out that he was anti-Semitic in that interview.
He was like, "Oh no!
I can't believe I didn't know that about myself."
He's so full of joy, and he's like talking about, "I love those books so much as a kid." And the whole thing, it's funny because you get to watch somebody's spirit be broken because he finds out more and more. He's like, "Oh no!" Yeah, it sucks, but oh well.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead.
He's dead.
Just like, can we want to get to the ending? Which this ending, I think, is the feel-good ending of the year. It's
I feel like this movie was so harrowing that I wasn't expecting it, so I think it brought a lot of joy to it.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's the world in general, with all the bad things happening. It's good to see somebody who deserves it get hit in such a visceral way.
It's also so that scene while I was watching it, because obviously, like, now I know more about how film is made, and like. So they're crashing through these houses, and, like, the kids, you know, we can get into it, but, like, at that last scene, I was just like, it had to be so much fun to film.
Absolutely.
It looked like a true joy to film.
And to track all of the plots here, I feel like to just get to this ending so we can talk about it, is that we get to Paul's scene, they show him being a shitty police officer.
Yeah,
basically, he assaults a junkie that's in town, tells him not to come back. Because of him getting in this altercation with the junkie, he's following him around and trying to scram him out of town. That's when he runs into, basically, the house that he's gone into where the parents are all... He gets witchcraft, basically. They cut out from the story after
all
that.
plots converge at Alex's house.
Yeah,
the junkie, basically, the same thing. He went to the house. At the same time, he gets put under the spell as well, so they're both there.
Yeah, Gladys has been keeping all the children in the basement to suck their life force.
And I feel like we're kind of skimming over it, so I want to talk about it a little closely, but... the witch, and Gladys, basically, I should say, Gladys has figured out that Justine is really hot on her trail, and she smartly decides, I'm going to get somebody to take care of this, so she goes to Marcus, the principal's house, when they're having a lovely afternoon together.
I know.
I feel
7 hot dogs.
Just eating 7
reference
hot
to Why
dogs
Is Kids You Know sketch.
Yeah.
I did see an interview with Zach Cregger. It's like, that wasn't a reference. Like, we just thought between two guys they could eat 7 hot dogs.
Yeah, I thought it was for the Jimmy hot dog.
Yeah, no, I thought it was too.
Yeah,
but apparently
also,
it's
like them shopping together and, like,
So cute.
choosing.
So
it was
cute.
so
cute.
this, like, cute little
They had
couple.
the Minnie and Mickey Mouse, the handmade Minnie and Mickey
I think
Mouse
also a testament to how good this movie is. Then what happens to them is so.
And that's the
heartbreaking.
first violent scene, right?
And it is.
Well, I guess you see it earlier when he shows up and starts chasing her.
And it is so violent. I'm just like, I had to, like,
So
look away for a
violent.
second. But basically,
Well, there's like a little violence here and there.
Yeah.
Like before that, Paul beats up the junkie because he's like, if I search you, am I gonna get stuck with a needle? And James is like, I don't think so, because obviously he's high. But he reaches into a pocket, he gets stuck with a needle, and then he beats the shit out of James.
Yeah, he immediately gets
punches him.
super pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, not even immediately. He takes a second, then he punches him as hard as he
in the
can.
head.
once again, the cinematography, fantastic.
And he realizes, like, Paul realizes, I mean, this is like the kind of beauty
When he
of
sees his
Yeah,
dash cam.
his dash cam is running, and so he sees that his dash cam is like caught him beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. I think this is why a lot of like comedians or sketch writers make really great directors and horror movie people is they realize the beats. And if you have a good beat, like a setup to a punchline, and you do that in a horror movie, it's just as good and fulfilling. But also the little things of that, of like the build-up of him doing all these stupid acts to finally get there.
Well, even the violence can be kind of humorous in a way, like the juxtaposition of Marcus's house, like how wholesome their life is, and then she just comes and just destroys it for
Destroys in seconds.
no reason. Like she didn't need to involve them at all to do this.
But she
really.
basically
Oh, no,
makes...
she totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean,
Marcus
she was going to
was
reach out to
I
CBS.
guess,
Yeah, Marcus was like,
Yeah, that's true.
Marcus was like, I need to see his parents. And Marcus is like so sweet. He's the principal of the school. He's like so sweet, and him and his partner are so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, they bring like he's got a tray, like a TV tray.
7 hot
It looks
dogs.
it looks like a Wes Anderson scene when they're
Yes.
watching
Yes,
TV
it does.
together with their 7 hot dogs, and then she shows up at the door, and Marcus is immediately like weirded out, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he's, like,
don't. What are you doing
and then
here?
his partner is like, "No, come in, get some water." And
You
she's
fool.
like, "I drink out of a bowl
Yeah.
of water,"
Yeah.
which like I would have been like, "No, get the gun."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely no, get the gun.
Yeah. And they pay for it immediately where he's put under a spell, the Marcus partner, and then Marcus has made a weapon.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
pukes
Kills
up
him by
all of his
slamming his
black.
head in.
Yeah, he chokes him and then
graphically.
slams his head into his partner's face over and over.
Gives
They
him the
show
old,
it,
gives him
yeah.
the old ninja scroll.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
god, it's awful.
And then basically
Awful.
she sends Marcus out to get Justine. This is where it all converges because after this happens, Justine's like, okay, it's got to be at this house. Brolin's character gets involved with it. They go straight to...
I do love the look of when his face is all fucked up and his
Yeah.
eyes
Yeah,
are
his
bulging
eyes,
out of his
yeah.
He's
head.
been running for like an hour
Yeah,
straight.
yeah. Are we not going to talk about like 2 minutes of him just running from scene to scene?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
It was so
like
good.
passing people are like, oh my god, you know?
Yeah.
I just love that, like, the body's so possessed, like, the brain's gone, and just as long as the body can keep going, it's
Benedict
going
Wong
to.
like shouted like the way they have him like huffing and becoming manic at that point.
yeah.
It's so well done.
Yeah, he was great. He was great in that role too.
Yeah, I'm
He
wondering
did
if that was,
incredible
like,
job.
makeup that they put on him, or how much
Oh,
of
no,
that was his real face.
That was makeup that was put on him. I think that
Yeah.
was, God, there is some kind of sickness that comes from alcohol poisoning that does specifically that to your eyes and face.
So they gave him alcohol poisoning.
Yeah,
until
they
he-
got him so drunk.
They had him doing Jager bombs for hours.
I also think it is kind of like a smart point in the film because when that happens, it's like basically when all the storylines are converging at that point.
You know, it's kind of like a herald, almost,
Yeah,
when
it
you think
really
about
was.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Life's
kind
like
of
a-
really was a
Yeah.
Herald.
yeah. Except it was enjoyable.
Yeah. Except I didn't feel like killing myself
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh man, I still can't believe I tried to propose to Barb at I.O.
Did you?
I did.
Oh,
Oh,
Brad.
We should be
no.
divorced. I
Wait,
mean-
where did you actually propose?
Oh, we went to Pratt Beach afterwards. So
Oh, I remember that night.
Chris
You called
Pratt
into
Be-
all
Be-
of
Beach?
yeah,
He has a beach now, too?
he owns so much shit.
Christopher
We went to
Pratt.
that little lighthouse and proposed after that because she knew it was coming. It's like, oh no, let's not do it.
Yeah,
And she was
I
right.
love
Let's
her
not
for that.
Well,
let's
here's the
not
thing
sully
is-
this with improv.
And also, I should have like realized right away that it was not the place because the reason is that like one of our first dates we went to go see Felt, which is a puppet improv, which is fantastic. They weren't running anymore, so I was like, let's just go to another one. And literally, the first thing that started with them like the characters on the stage were like eating like a bunch of like chili and farting, and it just like, god damn it, this fucking improv.
That's
And
classic.
you were like, I should propose.
I
to
should.
you.
I also
this?
love the more simple idea of the comedy is your thing.
Yeah.
And so you would propose to her
Some
in your
people might
thing.
say I'm a stupid person. I would agree. But yeah,
I know I've said it before.
Yeah, and once again, I full endorse it. The brand stamp of approval. I've made a lot of bad decisions. Getting to the movie again, though, I should say. So they finally converge at Alex's house, and then Justine and Archer are basically like, we're going to go and just deal with this. I like that. I think in my favorite and most funny part of the movie is that they basically, Paul's there, Paul goes after Justine right away, and then the junkie goes over after Archer. Once again, the actor playing the junkie is so well done, but he's also like a tiny guy.
Yeah, he's
This
a little guy.
This is
He's a
also
little fella.
Brolin going after him, and they really play that up. It's like they just show him like tossing him around back and forth, and he gets up and goes, and like Brolin just like picking up, like tossing him again.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
made me
and
laugh
I will
so hard.
say, I was like, it is funny because like junkies do have that junkie strength. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Where like
Yeah, he's not
he
gonna
was
stop.
like throwing him across the room, and he was like, all right, he's done, and then he would get back up
Yeah.
and keep running.
Also, in like a really well done and very tense scene too, is like Paul gets Justine and is choking her against a cabinet, and at one point to get out of it, she's grabbing for like a fruit peeler and just goes down
Yeah.
the face twice.
Yeah, I was
I was
like-
just like, oh jeez.
No, I literally wrote, what is a fucking peeler gonna do? Were you peeling his face for what?
I mean, but also great horrific.
It's
scene.
also
Yeah.
great, like, if you ever, like, I'm a cook, so if you ever, like, peeled a bunch of
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
it's a thought you've had. Like, if
Yeah.
I had to go somebody
Oh,
with one
whenever
of this,
I'm
I could
using
get a chunk out.
mandolin
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
slicer-
mandolins will screw your hands up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, that whole scene is pretty well done because they also show where she's fidgeting around and eventually she pulls out the gun and has to just shoot Paul
Yeah.
to get out of there.
Again, her lover.
Yeah.
And it also, I love that she shoots him in the throat, and he's still going, but
Yeah.
blood's gushing out.
Yeah,
So,
oof.
like a zombie, you gotta
'cause
kill the
she's
brain.
like trying not to like kill him. I feel like she's shooting him in the throat because like that's where she can reach.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't want to shoot him in the head because
Yeah.
I don't want to kill him.
Yeah.
But like she eventually
And
has
you're
to
like,
kill
oh
him.
well, like I got
And-
Yeah, it's
people in
near
hell
him.
want ice water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another cool thing they show is that with Gladys's witchcraft is like if she does like a line of salt and people break it, that's when it actually.
I love line and salt.
Yeah, and then she tells the kid basically because she's getting ready to pack up and get out of there, don't go past this line. His parents are standing there, and they have a really great scene where they just show his foot going over it slightly, and the parents activate right away to chase him.
Yeah, I don't quite understand how the upstairs of there. I guess two of the rooms are connected.
I
Is
think
how
they have
that
a
works.
shared
The shared
bathroom.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the layout of the house was confusing.
Well,
It's
There
a
was
reminder.
it seemed like there was a Jack and Jill bathroom situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A reminder of those fucking rich suburban people with their extra bathrooms that connect. Who has money for that?
Isn't a bathroom that connects literally not an extra bathroom?
I mean, that's a good point.
Wait, no, they
Yeah.
had separate bathrooms because he hides in the bathroom at the end.
Yeah. So
No,
they
I
have the
thi-
bathroom that connects the rooms, and there's a separate bathroom. And
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
The
in houses
master
like that.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it's houses are constructed like this. I'm sure it makes sense, but
Yeah, for sure. It makes sense. But
But
there was a minute where I was like, where are we in the house?
Yeah.
But there is enough that
Show me
he
the
has
layout.
been shown enough of her witchcraft to understand how it works, to where he can take something of hers and wrap it around a branch.
Once
of
again,
her.
smart kid, and I really like you said, they show that he's like a problem solver because he eventually gets into her room after the parents have been chasing him, closes it, and finds like her wig and knows that's not the wig hair. It's
and
her
her little
actual
tree
hair.
that she
Yeah.
has of
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
twigs that she
Yeah,
has
but
to use.
she has the twig that has all the kids stuff, like all the kids stuff on it that she's using to control the kids.
Yeah.
And so at the end, after his parents are like attacking him, and he's like, you know, he gets the branch, he bloodies it with his blood, and then he finds one of her hairs, wraps around, and you break the twig,
Yeah.
and that's what activates them to like murder mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns them into weapons.
She knows immediately.
Yeah, she
Yeah, I
knows
love that look on her face
Once
when she
again,
knows
she's-
she's fucked. Not a dang
Amy
thing she
Madigan
can do.
doing a great job because she's so threatening and scary, but that is truly a funny scene where she's like, "Oh no!" Like,
Oh no.
And yeah, she just starts running because
Yeah, she
that's
starts
all they
running,
can do.
and all the kids are running after her, and she's like running through people's houses
Once
in the
again-
suburbs and backyards and
It's so
stuff, and
funny.
they're
It's
like,
like-
crashing through houses. They're
It's like
crashing
instead of
through,
it
like-
follows, it chases.
Yeah, it
no,
chases.
it's
It
a
was
horror
so
version
funny.
of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It really is. It was so funny, and I was like, the whole time I was like, this must have been so fun for the kids
And-
and for her to
And
film,
then when
you
they
know?
when they finally she finally trips and they
Yeah,
get on
they
top of
get
her and
on
start
top of her.
ripping her apart, they start playing this like Wizard of Oz type
yeah.
fairy music.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
And like, I remember seeing it in the theaters and I was smiling so much and
Yeah.
laughing. I
Yeah,
loved it
they
so
literally
much.
ripped her apart. They grab her top jaw and rip her.
Ugh.
the
They're
top
pulling
of
her
head
arms off, and they
Yeah,
don't
her
pull
arms
out to where you can see every single detail.
But you can see how horrific it
You can
is.
see enough to see it's
they're
happening.
ripping her apart.
But it's not like a
crazy.
gore
and no
show.
one deserves it more. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, it's gratuitous violence, but couldn't have happened to a more deserving
Like,
character.
let's say if, like, you were living in America and since 2016, there's a certain person you had to hear about
Yeah.
every day, and then finally something activates where a kid tears that person apart, you would
I
be
wouldn't
so
be
thrilled
mad.
to watch
Why would
it.
you want that to happen to Biden?
Yeah.
Actually, I would want
They
to
get
Biden.
not only do they get torn apart, they get torn apart after being chased to exhaustion.
Yeah, pretty great.
And I also love
I also
when
wouldn't be mad if it happened to every single ICE officer that's ever existed.
yeah,
Oh,
when
wow.
Josh Brolin is walking through the aftermath and all the families
Yeah.
are like scared and complaining about what
They're
just
like,
happened.
Oh, there's a man in the kitchen. It's like,
Yeah.
no, there's a man here. It's
I love she's got her daughter and she's complaining. She doesn't have her shoes. Get her shoes. There's glass all over the floor.
And the kids are just running. And once
Yeah.
again, I think it is the fact that Zach Cregger is a funny person that did Wise Kids You Know and is a good sketch comedy writer.
Absolutely. a
That
sense
doing
of
it so
humor
many
to it.
times is so funny.
Yeah.
It's not just like if they did it once, it'd be very effective and still be a great film, but the fact it's like 5 different houses.
And you get it from different angles each
You get a
time. Like
different
especially the
angle.
last ones when you're like right up on them as they're going through the screen doors and the
tracking
glass
shot,
doors.
but, like going through the house is so good.
The tracking shot is so good. And that's the little, I was like, it had to be a pleasure to film.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be a pleasure to, like, I mean, as exhausting as it would be to run around. But look, those kids are, like, crashing through, like
plate glass windows.
Plate glass windows, yeah.
I'm willing to bet a lot of
crashing
them
through
were
that, like,
probably
sugar
short
glass.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead
short
of-
women, I'm
yeah.
sure. But I would hope it's kids because
Yeah.
I would have a great time if I was
Yeah.
a kid.
But
I get
imagine
to
you're the
run
kid
through the
actors and
house
you
I
find
get to
out you don't get to
smash
do that.
through like
I'd be
a
upset.
fake glass window.
I get
That's
to-
incredible.
I get to smash through a fake glass window and I get to rip open a meat pinata. This
Yeah.
is great.
This is incredible.
I think
I'm
also-
having a great day.
I wanted to pull up too because Georgia made a great point. I forgot the last post we did for Podzooky on Blue Sky was announcing we uploaded all of our stuff to YouTube. Hell yeah! And also, hopefully, every ICE agent ends up in jail one day. That's a Podzooky endorsement.
Yeah.
That's the least worst thing I want them to happen to. By the way, jail is like that's the primo
Yeah, no,
package.
that's just justice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Weaponizing each ICE officer, that would be great. I'd love that, especially if it was every detainee that they put away.
Yeah.
God damn it, what a... I found out not to do too many...
Yeah, if you heard it here. We want to weaponize ICE officers.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
Another thing clicked, and I don't want this to be body shame, and it's not making fun of short people, but also I found out Bovino is 5'4", and I'm like, of course he's 5'4". It's just
Little
the
guy,
head of
the head of
ICE
ICE.
officer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, like it's fine being short, but when you're
I think there are
specifically
worse
have-
things about him than being short.
Yeah.
having the Hitler haircut, wanting to be a little Mussolini, and then also being 5'4" together is just like such a tumorous package of a
he's just a
person.
little fella who wants to feel big, and
Yeah.
he's.
I'm gonna put them all in jail.
But
Yeah.
Bovina, you're never gonna hear this, but I
Yeah.
want you to know that you are small, and
Yeah.
not only stature, but also character,
Oh, yeah.
and also your penis is small, and also I want you dead.
Yeah. I mean, also, if he doesn't feel now, eventually he will, and it'll never leave him. Is he will always feel the evil that he's done. It will never leave him because that evil will never go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should kill
And I
yourself.
hope
if
you
feel
get
that way.
torn apart by a bunch of kids, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of bleeps I'm going to put at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be arrested.
Yeah. At least a giant anvil that no one's in control falling on him.
I'm just trying to arrest
Yeah.
those Mexicans. Ah.
One of John
Oh,
Stockwell's
jeez.
many.
Many.
Many anvils.
We need to have Stockwell back to talk about the anvil
Yeah.
thing, and I know
Yeah.
everybody's asking about it, but also it's very funny.
It's
Yeah.
very funny.
Past guest John Stockwell has been ordering and returning an anvil almost every day on Amazon for an
Yeah.
entire year.
Wait, do you think it's real?
I think he's said before that.
Do they
most of
have
it-
to receive the anvil?
It's literally not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
Don't put this in because
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for everyone because everyone I know thinks it's real. It's not real.
Yeah.
He made it up.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as he had the actual Amazon guy delivered to his house, I was like, okay, John wouldn't actually do
No.
this.
No, it's not real. He's not been ordering anvils. He coded
Yeah.
a fake web page and
Which
made
is
it look like an
amazing.
Amazon to
That's
make
much
it look
funnier.
like he's ordering and returning anvils. But I did go to his house. He does have a real anvil there with a fake Amazon label on it.
That's so funny. That is a commitment to a bit that's next level.
Oh God, it makes me so. And I was talking to a coworker about it, and he was like, wait, that's not real. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I've been following it on Reddit. I was like, yeah, it's not real, my guy. He's not really doing it.
I'll ask John about it before I put out the episode, and if he's fine with that, I gotta leave it in because it's so fucking funny. But if not, there's gonna be such a great mystery of what actually is true about it. 'Cause I'm gonna leave in parts so you'll hear about it.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
I do love the simplicity of anvils being funny because they're in cartoons.
Yeah.
Like, watching Animaniacs as a kid, I thought anvils were going to be way more of a problem.
Also,
Anvils, quicksand.
cigars that are actually
blacksmithing
TNT
course.
sticks. Shout out to whoever that first animator was, like, just saw a blacksmith using anvil. I'm like, I'm gonna make that the most funny fucking object that ever existed.
Yeah, pianos falling. I
Yeah.
thought pianos falling was going to be a way bigger
I saw this
problem.
guy die in an industrial accident.
It is, like,
if he had
hilarious.
died, that would have been hilarious.
Pretty silly way to die.
Yeah.
Anyways, we hope an anvil falls on Bovino, and
Yeah.
he at least lives enough to feel a lot of pain and then dies from it.
I mean,
And it's an accident, by the way. No one did it.
He can't get any shorter.
That'll be
No.
that'll be the sequel, Anvils.
Or
Yeah.
can he?
Oh boy. I feel like we should just get into the ratings. They basically, before we do that though, the very end of the film is once again that mystery kid saying that the kids started speaking shortly after this. They
Some of them.
Some of
Some
them
of
did.
them.
But yeah, it's not exactly a happy
It's
ending.
Not a
a year,
happy
it's a
ending.
year. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a ambiguous ending at most. The parents, it seems like, have not.
Yeah, they're
recovered.
institutionalized.
They're institutionalized.
The thing I think that's left vague, but I just kind of assumed, but maybe it's not, is that they say that he went to another aunt that was a good and like
Yeah.
She's a nice
person.
lady.
And I think it's supposed to be that it might be the teacher, but at the same time, it's like it's just at least the
Yeah.
kid got out of that bad situation.
yeah, I don't think so. I
It said
feel like
aunt.
it's not-
It
yeah.
said another
Yeah,
aunt.
yeah.
So.
But kids, what do they know? Yeah, no, it's it's left ambiguous for fun reasons. But,
It's definitely left ambiguous.
yeah.
I would love to see what the other cops that aren't Paul make of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's
what
very
do they
much
make of this?
It would be such a funny scene because it would be basically like a burn after reading kind of scene of like just Toby has like I don't know. Like,
Witchcraft, am
Yeah.
I right, you guys?
I think about burn after reading a lot because that ending is so great. Of like when they have J.K. Simmons' character saying like, "What do we learn from this?" and everybody's just like, "I don't know."
I
And the movie
do.
just ends.
I do like things where they try and mix magic with realistic ideas,
Yeah.
and I think the whole parasite thing does kind of add a bit of like, okay, it's magic, but it works off of this sort of scientific. We can make it sound more realistic than it is, and I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should get into the reviews. I mean, I usually kick it off. Does anybody else want to kick it off? I mean, we got to do it 5 out of 5 broken tree branches.
Oh, and I was going to do hot dogs.
Okay, we should do hot dogs.
Yeah,
So,
hot dogs. Out of 7 hot dogs?
Out of
Yeah,
7 hot
it's
dogs.
got to be out of 7.
It's got to be out of
7
7.
Yeah. All right, Martin, I feel like you should kick it off. Then.
I want to give this movie a full 7 hot dogs.
Yeah.
It was
You're getting the full hot dog dinner.
It was a good time throughout. Great performances throughout. I love the way it's shot. I love the way the story is told. My only regret is not seeing this in theaters because I would have loved to experience that ending
Same.
with a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
So
like
yeah,
there's
7 out of
there's
7.
I appreciate a film where I feel like there's no fat. Like it's all perfectly trimmed down. Of like this is exactly what I wanted in the film.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad we're doing 7 instead of the usual 5, because then I can give this a 6 out of 7 because it was
6, 7.
really good, and I do think I liked it just about as much as I did the last time. But yeah, 6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, Unc saying.
I'm setting trends and I didn't even know. Yeah, it's good. I don't know. Maybe I'm just somebody who likes to leave room to grow.
Yeah, it's.
I did enjoy being able to pay attention to the theming this second time around. And I don't know, it probably was more fun the first time I watched it, especially that ending, though I did still have a smile on my face with the ending.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's still probably one of the best movies that was made, that came out this year that I've seen this
hands
year.
down.
And yeah, if you're anybody, like, even if you don't really regularly like horror movies, I think you'd probably find something to enjoy about
Yeah.
this. And it's unique. It's something original. So yeah, go see it. 6 out of 7.
It reminds me that movies can be fun and good. And I can enjoy them.
Yeah, they can be fun and good and not have
And
to
original.
be like a comedy necessarily.
Yeah.
It works on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
I'll also say 6 hot dogs out of 7. I think mostly because everything that Justine did in her part of the movie, I was like, just leave,
Yeah.
leave.
That's where the hot dog was lost.
Yeah, that's where the one hot dog was lost, because everything she was doing, I was like, why are you going to a bar? Go away and just leave the town. I would not stay here.
Yeah. There's even a funny moment with the convenience store owner that she's going to get drinks where this basically something bad's happened like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So like the third time finally with Mark, it's just like, just get out of here. Just like no empathy at all towards her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's like, help me.
fucking help me.
Yeah. Fucking help me.
Yeah.
And I will say that I do like I really loved the humor element because there was moments like that, like with the just fucking help me, where it's like there are funny things that happen even when you're going through like horrific.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
like,
know?
like when Josh Brolin wakes up from his dream.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was really good.
And then like with the girl, with the woman in the house where she's like holding her kid and she's like, oh, there's a man in here.
Yeah.
You know, like there's like humor that happens, and I think allowing that humor in is really important because like we aren't all just one thing. So I really think I don't know, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought the cinematography was great. I thought the story was really interesting. I will say for me it was more creepy than actual horror. Like it was, which I like. I really like that. There were a couple of jump scares. It was less of a horror movie to me, like a true horror movie to me than it was like just like unsettling.
Yeah, horror movies, I feel like horror movies that come out now are more about kind of like concepts rather than actual like monsters. Like you're not going to get a Freddy Krueger or a Jason Voorhees anymore, even though Gladys is great.
Yeah.
She's not going to come back for a sequel even if they did make a sequel.
And shout out to like a lot of people I saw were doing that costume for Halloween. That's a fun costume.
Yeah, that's a great costume.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm sticking to 6. I mean, I would even give it a 6.5 out of 7 hot dogs. You know, I think it was a near perfect movie for me. But I will. Yeah, I think where it lost me was like everything Justine did in her section. I was just like, girl, leave.
It is also, I think, a testament to how great of an actor Julia Gardner is because she has such a good way of like doing things of like, why are you doing this? But it's like compelling to watch her make these decisions. But also, it's like, come on.
I know every single thing she was doing. I was like, get out of here.
I feel like she would be really good in a movie where like she gets driven crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I also thought she was like the perfect casting for a teacher. She really did look like an elementary school teacher.
Oh yeah, she's got that warm energy.
Like Shelley Duvall in The Shining.
Exactly. Yeah, she's got very Shelley Duvall energy.
Yeah. There's a lot of Shining references too, which the 217
coming through the door.
Yeah, 217's the room, the hotel room in the book. They changed it 237 in the movie, but because Krieger's a huge Stephen King fan, so. But for me, it's a 6.5 out of 7 too. I'm so close to 7 where I might honestly, I don't want to be that guy, like a 6.75 out of 7 because there's just a few things that I feel like I think about that just like it doesn't make as much sense and I get stuck on it. But also everything else about the movie is so fantastic and just well directed. Cinematography is great. I think it is some of the most tense scenes in a film I've seen in a while. Of any time Alex was interacting with Gladys, of just like how out of his element was, but just how creepy Gladys was, and like knowing like she has complete control. Anytime she was in power in any scene, it just felt bad, and you didn't want to know what was going to happen because you could tell once again like she's an absolute predator. So anything she's going to do is going to be to help her. So there's no empathy in her actions, and it's just like, ooh, that's like such a frightening thing to see. Once again, a reminder of the times we live in, of like these are the people in power, and like seeing that of just like how unsettling it is.
It's not even really to do anything other than just survive, be alive.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you know what? I'm going. I talked about all this. It's a 7 out of 7. I'm sorry. I'm going full hot dog dinner.
Woo! Hot dog dinner, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I could eat 7 hot dogs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna leave.
I have eaten 7 hot dogs.
Yeah, same here.
Hot dogs.
Although at that point, why not just 8? Because they come in packs of 8, right?
Well, yeah,
you don't want to be
share one with
glutton.
your cat.
Yeah. You gotta share one with the cat. Absolutely.
I feel like this is we recording late, and then also we want to wrap it up. But I got to do the stupid game section because I'm gonna bring it back.
Quit playing
Stupid games.
my heart.
Who the fuck is Ron Canada? Our favorite actor.
Love Ron Canada.
It's been too long since we've done a Ron Canada segment for a stupid game section. He's a working actor that's been in over 160 roles now. He had, I think, like 3 in 225. So I said that's so.
In
funny.
225.
225.
In 225, baby.
That's how listen, I don't got time for 0. I don't know why I said it like that. In 2025, I had 3 roles, so he's still working, which is great. But I decided to go through the movies that Ron Canada have been horror films.
Oh.
And I want to go through a multiple choice of which one of these are the actual title. 1999. Was he in the apartment complex, or the complex?
I'm gonna say The Apartment.
Okay, like that.
I'm going to say The Complex.
What were the choices again?
You have the apartment complex, and then you have the complex.
I'll go with the apartment complex since everybody else has gone different.
Point goes to Luke. 1999 made-for-TV movie about a apartment complex where weird deaths keep happening.
Really?
And,
The original Only Murderers in the building.
Yeah. Starring Chad Lowe and then also Patrick Warburton.
Oh!
I love that. Now that's a show. Only murderers in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, for the next film in 2003, another horror film he was in, was it The Hunted, The Hunter, or The Haunted? Sorry, I'm having fun.
The Hunter.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's either The Hunted, The Hunter, or The Haunted.
I'm gonna say The Hunted.
Okay.
I'm going to say The Haunted.
The Hunter with Benicio del Toro.
Okay, no one chose The Hunted, it was The Hunted.
Oh, The Haunted?
It was The Hunted.
Oh, is that's
But
that's the one
right
with
movie.
Benicio del
Yeah, so
Toro.
you get the
I
point
meant to say
technically.
Hunted then,
Yeah.
I think.
They also, I think the funny thing
It's
is
also Tommy Lee Jones, where they fight with knives.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is really
I
fun.
love that you and I, Martin, were like, "Oh, they fight with knives."
Tommy
not
Lee
that
Jones
impressive.
Doing a little knife play.
A drunk Tommy Lee Jones with a knife.
Feels like it was taken directly from my dream journal.
And
I didn't say that, but probably.
The greatest thing is I found out all these movies, specifically what her movies he was in, because there's a whole horror movie for Wikipedia for Ron Canada, and they list how he died, and it just put stabbed to death by Benicio del Toro. They didn't write the actors, or they wrote the actor, not the character. So it sounds like he was killed by Benicio del Toro.
I'm Benicio del Toro.
He said, I can do whatever I want.
You a bad hombre, Ron Canada?
Puss in Boots. I mean, great movie. Also, I think the last fact I want to enter or go on, we are only doing 3, so Luke's already won, but we'll do this just for the honor of having a point. Fun fact, I didn't realize that Ron Canada had a previous career before in acting. Was he either a news anchor, a reporter, or a college touring improviser?
News
College
anchor and
touring
reporter are kind of the
improviser.
same thing, aren't they?
No, they're different.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say college touring improviser.
I'm going to say reporter.
Okay.
I'll news anchor.
You're right. You got all
Okay.
Luke is
Two of them
cleaning up.
Two of them weren't even the answer I was going to go for. They were
Yeah,
just
no, you were just chose the last one.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like reporter's like guy on the scene doing the streets, and the news
Yeah.
anchor's sitting at the desk.
Okay, I think it's splitting hairs a little bit, but
Oh, from the winner here.
yeah.
I think we should just get into the recommendation plugs, and we can wrap it up here, as always. You can just recommend anything, plug any shows that you might be doing or things that you're up to. Once again, I feel like I usually kick it off if anybody's got something they want to recommend or plug right away.
I'm really enjoying The Chair Company. I still have to catch up, but
Yeah.
it makes me feel differently than any... It's a Tim Robinson show, so if you like I Think You Should Leave, or if you like Detroiters, it is up that same vein, but it also makes me feel more uncomfortable and anxious than a lot of other shows have made me feel.
It's what I kind of expected Friendship to be, and it's the same director as Friendship. So, but yeah, if you saw Friendship and expected to be funnier, then The Chair Company is probably what you wanted. But yeah, I am going to recommend One Battle After Another.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, I saw it. I liked it a lot. And then I watched some stuff on the internet about it that was annoying. A lot of people calling it propaganda, which I thought about that for a little while, and this is beyond the purview of this podcast, but I don't think it's propaganda because even though it is political, I think you could take it out of the current context and it would still be an effective movie, and everything it's trying to say would still work.
It's another one that's based off a Pynchon novel, I want to say, right?
Yeah, it's based off a Pynchon novel about, the 60s counter-revolutionaries, or revolutionaries who, basically the Weather Underground, but fictionalized.
Yeah.
And he just took that and put it in today's settings because it's kind of similar to back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great movie. I think it's probably one of Sean Penn and maybe Leonardo DiCaprio's best acting role.
Sean
Better than
Penn's
I Am Sam.
crazy.
Yeah, Sean Penn is a crazy person.
Did you guys watch the documentary? Oh my god, what's his name?
Not Sean Penn.
Not Charlie Sheen documentary.
No.
No.
Sean Penn's in it.
Makes
He
Why?
does some crazy stuff.
Well, okay.
I mean,
They're friends. They're like
Oh.
good friends from
I mean, Mark,
childhood.
you're only slightly younger than me, but specifically in the early '90s, Sean Penn was going through shit, and it was everywhere all the time.
he tortured Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally every time Sean Penn's on camera talking about Charlie Sheen, I'm just like, okay, Sean.
Yeah, and I remember he got into like multiple fights with reporters and all that too
Yeah,
during that
yeah.
time frame. So it was like a running gag that if you just ran into him, he would punch you. But that was
Yeah.
kind of true at the time. So,
Yeah. Wasn't truly false.
yeah.
Drugs, though, right?
Yeah.
Always drugs.
Yeah. Great actor though.
Yeah.
You have to say.
Incredible actor.
Yeah.
Oh, he does this underbite thing in it. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, Leo DiCaprio. He plays a pussy so well.
Yeah.
Like he's the hero in the movie, but he's like sniveling, and he does that really well. Yeah,
I mean, even like in Django Unchained, I think that's a great role of him just being a complete
That's another
weasel.
good one, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense for Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Leo's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my suggestion in the same vein as the horror movie we just watched,
Ooh.
and recommend a book called Tender is the Flesh.
Ooh, I'm writing that down because I want to read more cool books.
It is a horrific movie, or it's a horrific book that is about the government says that all animals have a disease that if they even scratch you, you could die from. So you can't eat like they have to kill all the animals, like all domesticated animals,
No.
like they kill, or like, and you're not allowed to have any contact with any animals because they could have this like horrible disease. And so to make up for the fact that you can't eat meat anymore because they have this quote unquote horrible disease, they start farming human beings
Ooh.
as like meat production.
Which
And-
the current government seems very
Yeah.
plausible
Yeah,
and easy.
it's-
And we
So-
gotta knock down those Argentinian beef prices.
So it's a really horrific book, and it's short. Like what I will say for this book is that I really liked is that it's like a little over 200 pages. So it's a world that you don't want to live in for very long, obviously, because it's pretty horrific. And you can knock the book out pretty quickly, but it is such a compelling read, and it's so interesting, and I think it's like such a look into like how you could get into this mindset where you're like willing to eat human beings,
Yeah.
you know, or willing to produce human beings for food. And it follows this guy who works at a human slaughterhouse, and how like, and his like kind of internal conflict with it. And I don't know, it's just a very horrific but interesting book.
Today, I think you just need to be. They taste good.
Yeah.
Serve them up.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what a lot of people in the book feel, you know? It's just like, but it's a really
Nobody
really
wants to
interesting
eat
read.
people, but if you're gonna eat people, you might as well enjoy
Yeah,
it.
if you don't have any other option.
You're saying there's no ethical consumption under
Yeah.
cannibalism?
Though I do think it's funny. I was doing notes while I was watching this movie. I was thinking a joke if they did make a sequel, Weapons 2, something about pets or something. I don't know.
I mean, that
Weapons
story.
to kitty cats.
That story is
Yeah.
also horrific enough to me. The idea that I instantly would have to put down my 2 cats right now. Oof, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah, you'd want to do it with your bare hands,
Yeah, but
probably.
I'm also recommending a
Look 'em
book
in the
that's a horror novel that's also short because it's very similar with a lot of themings to this movie called Slate House by David Mitchell. Really like it. I think I recommended it in a Podzooky way back, but it's a very short, multi-chapter sections of basically all these different decades of these people going into this house that's haunted and disappearing, and they get into it. But they do a very cool thing where you're basically realizing it's like this vampire brother and sibling that are there that have a weird ritual that they're doing, and you never fully see it in the book or you know what's going on with it. And it reminded me so much of like all the stuff going on with weapons. But it's really well done for the atmosphere, and you get really attached to all of the characters each time. But every time it happens, you're like, oh, this is not going to end well for them each time it goes through. But like the whole spanning through time, because David Mitchell does that a lot, because he also did Cloud Atlas, is just really cool. But it's a very short novel, so it's kind of cool to see him like do it so concise and go through all these different stories and really enjoy it. Highly recommended.
Hell yeah.
All right.
And then also for plugs, Thirst for Adventure, second Wednesday of the month, Lincoln Lodge. It's a great
Yeah.
show. One Shot D&D. We get really good comedians, artists, people. It's
Yeah.
fun. Do it.
Yeah, also latest and greatest.
Yeah.
I run a show on the first Saturday of every month.
Hell yeah.
I gotta get out for one of those. I've been getting out to doing more comedy shows and done a few comedy shows this year, and it feels good. But also, like, I don't know if I gotta dip my toe ever back into like open mic stuff.
No, you don't need to do
That
that.
sounds like poison.
Yeah, like
They're
it was.
all so in their 20s. I
Yeah.
tried to go to a few
And,
of
like, here's the
and I
thing.
did it. It's okay when you're on stage,
Right.
but everything else sucks.
No,
Yeah.
I can't talk to any of these kids about
And then
cartoons.
also the
they don't
thing
give
of
a
like
shit.
the once again the landscape has changed, but like knowing that it's gotten more towards a like kind of, I wouldn't say conservative, but more of this kind of like we're gonna be offensive and we're the truth tellers
Yeah.
up there. It was already bad enough
Because they were
into-
never like that.
Yeah.
Comedians
They- I was
were
gonna say, it
never
was already bad. So-
obnoxious.
So it was bad when I was doing comedy. You know that's gotten more intensified. Like I'm
No,
gonna
literally,
Oh, no, yeah,
literally everyone says the R word now, in every single one of their sets.
Oh, it's cool they don't have an empathy or had anybody in their life maybe with mental deficiencies that they
Yeah.
care about.
Look at the bright side. The worst of them did move to Austin to try to get it on Kill Tony.
Yeah. This don't anymore. Get out
yeah,
of here,
he's
bitch.
it's.
I
will-
guess I don't
Yeah.
know what happened there.
Yeah. I'm gonna bleep out the name. I'm definitely gonna get out of here, bitch.
Yeah.
Hate him. Just he's a lot.
Good night, folks.
Yeah. Just terrible towards women since I've been in the scene. Like it's
Yeah.
well known. Man, this is gonna be a lot of editing for this episode.
Yeah.
But that's how you know it's a
cut
good
that
one.
out, but
It's how you know it's a good Podzooky. We had a new sign up, I think, and now I forgot.
Did we?
No.
No, I think we were doing the second one.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Rubber Man got one plan. Drive car fast.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We did. Okay.
Yeah, we need to find a new one. We know that one too well.
That's good.
That's
So
good.
I recorded my daughter saying Podzooky today, so I gotta add that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we should add that. Do we still put Mary's thing at the end?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, yeah, add that on top of there.
We regret that you have not yet complied with our order.
This show has been brought to you by Machine Culture.
The words get stuck in my throat.
Podzooky.